Hola. Hello. Look at me, a confusing line signal, all communicating, and I'm still thinking I'm in Mexico City. That's fantastic stuff. But I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you, all the Skywars and everybody that's watching my channel. It's Force Winning its cycles are now, getting communication signals. Now's the time to live the presence. Okay, when you wake up in the morning, you should know exactly what you're doing every time you wake up. It's routine. And that is the mind communicating with you, not the brain. It's the mind. It's the most beautiful thing. Knowing exactly what you're doing, that won't confuse anything. And you know you're going to have a great day. That's the most beautiful thing, is living the presence. And the only way you can live the presence is to actually see yourself in the presence, knowing that you have your senses. Your senses have to be in the presence at all times. Okay, you can't have your taste and anything through your thoughts or anything through your sounds, okay, or anything through your sightings in the third dimension, okay, because you're going to get caught winds. Caught winds is understanding your vibrational systems are still in the three-dimensional patterns. You have to get into the fourth density, into the fifth dimension. Okay, it's very important that all your senses travel with you through your vibrational panels. That's where it gets emotional signal, and that emotional signal becomes its balance. It's very powerful stuff. So now's the time to live the presence, because if you live the presence, you see the future, you become the future, you are the future. And it's the most powerful thing that you can consume inside yourself, because the mind is everything. We're coming into the mind. We're being the mind. The mind is there for you every single day. Okay? So the presence is balancing everything through the mind. Okay? And that's where you have no trouble, no problems. But your senses, all your senses, 5, 6, 7, some people have 8, not too many. But it's understanding how to keep your balance with your presence and not see anything from the past. You have to see the presence, okay? So you can see your future. That's your focus. That's your awareness. That's your consciousness levels that you need to reach through your upgrading, down processing, uploading, and uplinking systems. A lot of people are asking me, so what happens now? Does it stop here? Does the energy stay in? What happens with my body activations? I'm in a paradigm shift right now. I feel fantastic. So when you go through my healing, through anything through metaphysicals, touch, anything through solar texting, is through email. Okay, anything through the mind is adaptation through telepathy. It's very powerful stuff. Because letters, numbers, and shapes is its healing. Remember saying the solar text divisions. You take one letter at a time. Every time you focus on its awareness, okay, it tells you that it's in its presence. That's the healing alone. So when I heal you, okay, it's energy that's coming into the future. Okay, because I understand your DNA structures. I know how everybody's built, okay, through a custom system. And that energy system uprises everything into your galactic system, okay, because we're coming into the galactic revolution. So it's very important that everybody gets into that balance through their senses, okay? So like I said, really concentrate on that. If you have your dream sets that are stuck in the three dimension, okay, and you want to get into the fourth density to the fifth dimension, go to my PayPal. Now's the time if you don't understand things. And like I said, once you get into the balance of the fifth dimension, okay, and you don't understand something, you can keep going through my PayPal, because a lot of people do that. They have to, because they don't know what happens next. They got the balance. It's understanding that your mind is out, but what happens now? This is too hard. I don't understand it. So it's all about understanding, getting balance each time you go through an upgrade. Okay, because now you're dealing with fifth dimensional activations of atmospheres now. That's the galactic surface. It's no longer in the three-dimensional system. Okay? So the more you understand that, the more you understand what's going on with its past, its present, and its future, and why you have these alignments. Okay? So it's letting go of old timelines, old programs. Okay? Then you can reprogram yourself, detoxify yourself, get rid of the viruses, everything in your computer, and bring your frequency levels back to balance into its presence of its time. Okay? So you want to live the here and now. Okay? All right? Not the before and after. Not yesterday, because yesterday's gone. It doesn't exist. It's not here. It never was. Right? So when you wake up every morning, you're living a different day, but it's in the present time. Okay? So the mind is adapting, which is fascinating stuff, because the mind is the future. Okay? Your human vessel is a paradigm shift. It's in the solar shift of a light activation of the fourth density. Okay, so you're higher illumination of light now, coming into the fifth dimension. When you're in the fifth dimension, your activation cycles, okay, are force winning the circles, and it's center coring everything through its rotation system. Okay, it's complicated stuff, but that's the most beautiful thing, is when you go through your upgrades and downloads and upgradings, what happens, you get into the proactive systems and you communicate with everything through space and time. Now that eventually happens when you get to understand what's going on through your lights. Your lights are very important to you, right? So the more you understand, you're living the presence, okay? Your conscious levels are going through its upgrades into its future. So it's understanding how to communicate with your planet vibration. Because remember I said all planets that you reside on, okay? Everybody has a planet. So when you resonate on your planet and you get to know your planet, you're getting communications with yourself to its future. That's what it's all about. Live in the presence, the here and now. Okay? Most importantly is knowing that when I wake up in the morning, I don't think of the past. The past is gone. I just live the present moment. Okay? Presence is the most powerful thing that you can have every single day because it gives you routines on what you need to do. Okay? If you have a dream, okay, and you had a bad day, you wake up and you're in the past, what happens? You're going to stay in the past until you resolve it into its presence. So every time you wake up, you want to be in the present moment, not the past. Okay? Because that's going to distort images, that's going to distort everything through thought patterns. And it's not to open up communication to you. And everything around you is going to be on the negative side. Everything that you see, everything that you talk to, you know, through your jobs, through your focus, through your awareness, through your conscious levels. Because as soon as you walk outside, you're communicating with atmosphere, right? But if you wake up every morning and you're in the presence, you're seeing everything that's happening with its balance. So it's getting balance with your senses, and it's getting balance with your energy, your frequencies, and your vibrations into balance. That's what it is. So living at presence and its moments. Okay? 24/7, a day. Each day is its presence. Not its past, its presence. Very, very powerful stuff. And that's the problem with a lot of people, you know. As soon as they go through my healing, they don't, okay, I'm healed, but wow, what do I do now? What is there instructions for this? And this is no. Your instructions is you. So basically, you're going through a spiritual experience, okay? And your mind's trying to understand what it's doing. It's leaving the 3 dimension and going into the 4th density and the 5th dimension. It's no longer on its platitude of its 3rd vibration. So now you're communicating with the dimensional earth and the 5D. Fascinating stuff. Now you're communicating with the 5th dimension vibrations of the atmospheres. Now you're communicating with anything around you. Objects, electronics, picture frames, walls, anything, lamps, all in 5D. Okay? Now it's complicated stuff, but that's the only way the mind can communicate. Right? But you have to understand too, this is where it gets tricky. Now, when the people that go through my upgrading systems, once you walk in and you're in the 5th dimension, everything around you is not in the 5th dimension. It's in a different vibration system. That's where you have to go through the upgrading systems. So if you look at the TV could be in the 7th dimension. A lamp could be in the 8th dimension. A chair could be on the 10th. So you have to understand your upgrading systems and how you communicate through the matrix. Okay? That's a process. These things take time. Right? That's all about understanding your balance with the mind system. Okay? But you gotta live the presence. You can't communicate with 8th dimension or 10th dimension or 12th dimension in a 3-dimensional body. It doesn't exist. It's gone. Okay? And a lot of people are still living the presence through their thought patterns, thought processing. The positive feeds every single day when you wake up. Very, very important. And like I said, it's a process through your data processing systems. You are computers. So you're trying to connect with the inner force and the outer force of its atmosphere systems and how you communicate with all different dimensions of vibrations. That's the most beautiful thing. Then you get into coloration patterns, and then you get into psychotic divisions. Okay, then you get into alignments, and then you get into picture frames. Picture frames are fascinating stuff. That's like seeing a picture on the wall, 3 perceptions, and how to use it, scanning it around your system, and you can put it outside in the atmosphere system. There's a lot of things that we can do. Okay, and those coloration patterns or interforce connections when it comes to your picture frame, 3 perception. So it comes out of its dimension. Okay, you now have partnership with the coloration pattern. It communicates with you, put energy into you, and then it travels outside of its atmospheres. And now that picture frame, okay, this is where it's fascinating. That picture frame, whatever it's drawn, will go into the atmospheres, okay, through the cloud interference. And whatever you created through the mind system of what you see through its picture frame, it will create in its atmosphere systems. Okay, and you'll see it. It's very powerful stuff. That's understanding communications with other dimensions and portals. Okay, because everything around you through your mechanism is a portal. Okay, and again, when people go through my healing, what is a code frequency? I said, well, these are codes that are connected through DNA structures. Everybody's on a different E equals MC square, which is mass calculated, okay, which is calibration, okay? Because it oscillation winds cycle systems to your body activation systems. It's very powerful stuff. You guys don't have to know that. You just have to know that you're being healed. And it's fascinating because it's extremely deep. And it's multi-language that you don't understand. But it's understanding the circuitry levels and how you get a paradigm shift of a body in a 3-dimension to put it into any activation of illumination light system into any dimension through vibration. It's very, very powerful stuff of what you can do when you go through your upgrades and your downloads and your uplinkings and your upgradings. All these things are connected through you, okay? But it's very, very important that every time you wake up, you have no longer the past, but only the presence. Because the presence gives you the focus, that gives you the awareness, and it tells you exactly what you're doing every single day. So your mind is adapting, and it's high-rising every single day in a different dimension. So now you can communicate with the chair because you're at its balance of its frequency level. Now you can communicate with the TV. Now you can communicate with the wall graphing system, with the picture frame system. Or you can communicate with the solar division through a lamp division. It's all about understanding colors, vibrations, and frequencies, and thoughts, and patterns, and hearts, and all your atmospheres, okay? Because you are on the grounds of its gravity system. You are the interconnection of your force recognition systems. You are the perceptions and dimensional sightings of the atmosphere systems. You are the intelligent knowledge to the mind system, okay? So it's a very short video. I was supposed to leave yesterday, but apparently you don't count the day. I was here on the 17th, so you count the day after. So 14 days of today, which is May 1st. So I'm coming out today. I'm leaving in the afternoon. So that's why I'm doing this video, a short video. But other than that, you have any questions or comments? Now's the time to really, really analyze everything. It's really to internalize. Most importantly is to communicate within. That's how you communicate with different dimensions and portals. Okay, so that 5th dimension is going to give you what you want to your journeys. And then when you get into your journeys, you get into higher forces, into connections, into your own mission. It's powerful when you have your own mission. You know, it's kind of like, you know, with my email, it's 007. Huh? I'm 007, James Bond. I'm not James Bond particularly, but I'm my superhero in my own way. Everybody wants to be a superhero, right? It's the most fascinating thing you can have. And you can have that through your higher self. You create whatever you want. That's the most beautiful thing, okay? And communicating with everything around you, okay, is the presence, okay, of its future. That's the best way you guys can move ahead. Okay, no longer the past. The alignments will stay there. See past, present, and future, because you have to understand the reference. You have to understand, oh, okay, I understand this in the past, but I'm not going to live the past. I'm going to live the present. So the alignments stay there. But once you understand that you live the past of the thousands and thousands of years on that planet, the past, and 1,000 on the present and 1,000 on the future, you bring it together into an alignment system. Now you're communicating with everything through all dimensions. And that's how you connect your own energy fields. That force recognizes everything, and you get your own energy source. And then you become everywhere through energy. This is the best way I can explain it. But live the presence. Okay, so question or comments? You want to go through my PayPal? Please feel free to do that. It's extremely fast, very easy. I just set up a code frequency to create everything that's going on through your body structure. And it's extremely powerful stuff because it's space, and it's, the entity force system communications of everything. Because your pixel activations, your alignments, your adjustments, your framing systems, everything's connected through your scanning mode systems. Okay, so the more you get connected with that, the more you understand that you are living the presence. Okay, you live the presence, you'll see your future. Okay, so I love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed. I'll keep doing another video. I will be doing another video when I get to the new place that I'm going to be staying. Okay, so like I said, I travel here and there. It's very powerful stuff when you travel, because you can change everything through your perceptions. So this is Andrew Weston, High Rise in all divisions of past, present, and future. Live the presence to see the future of all your conscious levels. This is Andrew Weston calling out. Adios, everybody.